Hey guys, it's Patrick here, and today I'm bringing you a video covering the top 5 buildables in Call of Duty Zombies. Now, I just want to clarify that there will be no wonder weapons in this. So no Slickifire, no Acid Gat, no staffs, and no jet gun, nothing like that. We're just going to be doing the straight buildables that you can get in this map. The other thing, guys, is if, as always, you could leave a like, help me out, that'd be great. We're on that road to 100K subscribers now, so that is absolutely insane. But anyways, guys, let's get into this video. Alright guys, so coming in at number 5, we have the Maxis Drone from Origins. And I gotta say that this is a very cool buildable. I always underestimate it, and then I build it and I realize like, wow, this thing is really fun to use. So basically what it is it is essentially a dragonfire that is being controlled by Maxis, or Maxis's brain. And how it works is you just toss it up into the air, it goes, and it just shoots at all the zombies. It's just like a portable turret, kind of like the thing from Transit, except it flies around. You don't need a power source. Really, really cool. And I gotta say, it's actually quite effective. It takes out this entire horde just like that. Very, very impressive. Now, the other things that are cool about it is you need it to do the Easter egg. There's two spots where you need it. First, you need it to release the Panzer Soldats, and then the other spot you need it is at the very end when you go into Agartha. You got to release Maxis up into it first. And then the other thing that you can actually do with it is get a free upgraded MG08, which is the really big light machine gun on this map. So not only is it pretty cool for just taking out hordes like as you see here, but it's also pretty good for simply just getting, some stuff done on the map. Coming in at number 4, we have the Trample Steam from Die Rise and Buried. And this thing is great for 2 reasons. And the first is transportation. Especially on Die Rise, it's just great for getting across little areas that you'd otherwise have to go all the way around the map to access. Really awesome for that. It's also pretty helpful on Buried. But the thing that I find is the best about it is it actually acts as a defensive weapon. So you can use it while you're camping and it'll just fling the zombies away. You can just set it up at an area and it acts like a teammate. It's better than claymores, it's awesome. It just flings the zombies away. It lasts quite a while and it is quite powerful. Now, it may not be as good as something like the Subsurface Resonator. Not as powerful perhaps, but it seems to last longer, and I find it's always something great to have set up. And then the last thing that you can do with it that makes it a really, really good buildable is if you get it on Die Rise, you can use it to kill the crawlers or the jumping jacks, and that'll just save you a lot of time because instead of having to knife them, you can just set it up and it'll just smack them all away and you get a free perk. So the Trample Steam is a pretty awesome thing to build. It definitely deserves a spot on our top 5 list. Coming in at number 3 on our list of top 5 buildables, we have the Subsurface Resonator. So this thing pre-patched would probably be number 1 on our list as it was so ridiculously powerful. But Treyarch has since patched it because they realized like this thing is a little ridiculous. And now it's still really good, but not as good as it used to be. So the Subsurface Resonator is kind of like the ultimate camping device. It basically just sends a giant blast out of any zombies coming at you and is really, really effective when camping. Basically, if you can get it in a closed location, sort of like Juggernaut here or really any other camping spot where the zombies just sort of funnel down towards you, it is crazy, crazy powerful. It just kills everything in sight. It doesn't last very long is the one problem with it. And again, after a certain time, it does become like a 2-shot kill to the zombies because Treyarch did have to patch it as it was just so powerful. But this thing is really, really good. Now, even as it was back then, it wasn't like the be all to end all like a lot of people say it was, because the problem with it was only good for camping. You couldn't train and like set that up somewhere to help you. You sort of had to protect it at the same time, which kind of made it a problem. Now, I'm not trying to say it's bad. It's incredibly powerful, but the problem is you can only use it camping and not training, and that was always a problem with me. Really, really just powerful, OP, crazy thing, but it does have some flaws despite what others say. Moving on to our number 2 spot on the list, we have the plane from Mob of the Dead. Now, this is also known as Icarus, but it is an extremely important buildable to the map, and one of the few buildables that really a map revolves around. The only other thing that I can think about is really the staffs from Origins, and even that is not so much, as it is kind of an option if you want to do the Easter egg. Now, the plane for Mob of the Dead is the absolute necessary on this map because obviously it's the way you get to Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch is extremely important, and Treyarch has done always some interesting ways to get to Pack-a-Punch, and this is probably the most in-depth. The only other one I can think about is Transit, and that is just awful, awful, awful. No one likes doing that, but this one is fun. It takes a long time, it requires teamwork to do it, and it just gives you a great objective. You know, the map really revolves around the plane, making it an extremely important buildable, and you also need it for the Easter egg. So, I mean, it's crazy, crazy important, and without it, you wouldn't really have a lot to do on Mob of the Dead. It would just make it kind of boring. So it's an awesome buildable, and I love it. And coming in at number 1 on our list of top 5 buildables in Call of Duty Zombies, we have the Zombie Shield from Transit, Origins, and Mob of the Dead. I absolutely love this thing. I mean, it's essentially free health, except you Americans get it too. You know, I'm joking with you guys. I love you. But, so the Zombie Shield is good for a couple of reasons. Now, obviously, it's so great to have something at your back the whole time. If you ever get in a spot of bother, you can always, you just know you have something at your back. The other thing it acts as is just this awesome riot shield that you can just go crazy and bash zombies with. A lot of people don't use it this way, but if you ever get in a really spot where you're cornered, you can just pull it out and it just smashes them. But my favorite thing about the shield is just that it is so helpful really on Mob of the Dead. It is the perfect thing for training in this tight area. You need all the protection you get in here. You need all the protection that you can get, and this thing is just perfect for it. You get your Blundergat upgraded to a Vitrolic Withering, you get your shield, the Electric Chair, your Sleight of Hand, and you are so golden. It is just the ultimate combo, and really the shield is really what helps it. So awesome, awesome buildable, and 100% deserves their spot at number 1.